My name is Tuan Cook. I would like to talk to you about the documentary Crude, the real price of oil. The word crude has several meanings, but I believe that the director of this documentary specifically chose to use the word crude to describe Chevron's attitude toward the Ecuadorian Amazon rainforest and its inhabitants. The director and mastermind behind this documentary was Joe Berlinger. After researching his work, I can say that he is very credible. His work always seems to have two angles. When he creates documentaries, he allows the viewer to decide who is right and who is wrong. Throughout Crude, many of the allegations made by the Ecuadorians were backed up by scientific tests and observations. Let's take a trip down to Ecuador, where the production of oil is cheap and unregulated by the EPA. Now let's put a Chevron oil rig in the Amazon and pollute the environment, cause cancer, and make money. This was the accusations made by the 30,000 people affected by Chevron's actions and this guy, Pablo Fajardo, the attorney who represented the people of Amazon. This relates to the United States in many ways. Here in the United States, there are building codes that construction companies must follow. This includes electrical work, plumbing, and materials used within the structure. In many cases, to save monies, companies will take shortcuts when building structures, such as using recycled materials, pipes that don't lead anywhere, or running electrical lines over water or gas lines to save money. Although it is illegal, companies still do it and rarely get caught. Pablo Fajardo grew up in extreme poverty working in the oil fields. In the documentary, he said that he witnessed Chevron's injustice actions such as throwing crude onto the roads and oil spills. But however, he said he couldn't do anything about it because he needed the money. Several years later, with the help of the Catholic Church, he went to law school. Once he graduated, he began to fight for the people who lived in the Amazon. He quickly became famous. He was heard around Ecuador on the radio and seen in many magazines. He also received awards in America for his heroic battle with Chevron. He also gained support from Trudy Styler and Sting, the founders of a rainforest foundation. After joining the fight to clean up the Amazon, Trudy went and spread the word throughout Europe and the United States. Throughout the documentary, Chevron's attorneys, scientists, and representatives blame the previous company, Ecuador, for polluting the Amazon. However, Chevron is no saint. Here is an oil pit. This is where oil companies such as Chevron dumps its toxic waste. Now, if this pit were in a place that received little to no rain, it might be alright. But it sits in a rainforest that receives on average 50 to 250 inches of rain each year. This creates great potential for toxic runoff into nearby streams and rivers. If the case were in America, Chevron would no longer be in existence because of their illegal activities. However, when Chevron filed a motion, the case was moved to Ecuador, where it is much easier to con your way through the legal system. Although my presentation seemed biased towards the Ecuadorians, Chevron claims that they did nothing wrong. Now I challenge you to choose a side and tell us why.